once upon midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many quaint and curious volumes of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as if someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, "only this and nothing more." Ah, distinctly I remember it was the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had tried to borrow from my books surcasts of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here for evermore. And the silken and uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entering entrance at my chamber door. 'Tis a late visitor entertaining entrance at my chamber door. This is it, nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitantly, then no longer. "Sir," I said, "or madam, truly, your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and you so gently came rapping, and you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarcely was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, nothing more." Deep into darkness peering long, I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the darkness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was a whispered word, "Lenore." This whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore," merely this and nothing more. Then into chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon I heard again a tapping, something louder than before. "Surely," I said, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, nothing more." Open here flung the shutter, when with many a flit and flutter in there stepped a stately raven, of the stately days of yore, not the least obedient maid. He not an instant stopped or stayed, he but within milin of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of this cadence it wore. "Though my crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven, ghastly, grim, and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what the lordly name is on this nightly's Plutonian shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marvelled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevance bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no subletter be even yet, when blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculpted bust above his chamber door, with such name as Nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely on that placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that word he did outpour, nothing further than he uttered, not a feather then he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, "Other friends have flown before, on the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Wondering at the stillness broken by the replay of aptly spoken, "Doubtless," said I, "what it utters, it is only shock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster. So when hope he would adjure, stern despair returned. Instead of sweet hope he dared adjure that sad answer nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my sad soul in his smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of the bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself in linking fancy into fancy thinking. What this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking, nevermore. This I sat engaging and guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining, that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lighting, with the lamplight gloating o'er, she shall press nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from unseen censer, swung by angels whose faint footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee by the angels that hath seen respite, and neth from the memories of Lenore. Let me quaff this Leneth and forget this lost Lenore, the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet said, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether temptest toast thee here ashore, desolate yet all undowned, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there, is there balm in Gly? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still of bird or devil, by the heaven that binds above us, by the God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aidenn it shall clasp a sainted maiden, who the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden, who the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from my heart, and take thy from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven never flitting, still it's sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.